Hello Easterlingers, hope you're having a good day. I am back with another mob from Massive Darkness 2. These are the Harpies, and they are primed in Citadel Primer's Wraith Bone, because we're going to be using some contrast paints and some shades on these minis. And the first one we're starting with is Agrax Earthshade, and we're doing this just on the top part of the feathers. And what we're going to do is we're going to show the leader. We're painting the leader because we're using the exact same colors on both the leader and the minions. And then I'll just show you what it looks like applied on the minion. I won't show you me painting the minions because it's just going to be long and boring, right? So you're trying to get the gist of what you want to paint. Well, this is it here. So the top part of the feathers with this Agrax Earthshade, it gives it a very earthy brown tone. Not too like thick and not too painted, so it's not like crazy contrast. Like you could use like, I guess, snakebite leather or something like that, but it'd be a little too yellow. I wanted a really earthy color, and I found the Agrax. So as you saw there, the minion was pretty much done the same way. Apothecary white. Now we're gonna be doing this on the skin of both the leader and the minions, again using the same color on all of them. So this one, they have the legs, and they have these arms that are coming out in through those wings. You have the face, so each mini is a little different here, but they're pretty much the same spots. And to be honest, these miniatures I was quite intimidated by because of all the colorations and all the differences and all that, and all the cool little details. Well, I did as much as I could, so please keep watching, and if you're enjoying these videos, hit that like button. Sigvald Burgundy. Now this is, I think, one of the new contrast paints. It's a pinkish red burgundy color, I guess, and this is gonna be for the hair of these Harpies. So there's, just be careful not to get anything else. I mean, if you have some Wraith Bone base paint, you can cover it up after if you make a mistake or whatever, so that's one good thing about that. But try not to make mistakes. It's better that way, and just try and get where you need to there. So there you go, the Harpies have that as well. Right, now we're doing some Aeldari Emerald. I believe this is also one of the newer contrast paints. And we're doing this on the big head dressing feathers there on top of her head. And yeah, moving on to Celestium Blue now for those other feathers that are coming out from your hair. It's the same thing again on the minions. They have the same kind of fur that's coming out there. It's kind of funny. It looked like it was like underarm hair. I was like, ooh, very European. Or as they would say, I don't know if that's still true. Sorry if I offended anybody out there. I doubt it though. No one gets offended these days, right? Yeah, so this Celestium Blue is a beautiful color. Aggaros Dunes is our next contrast here. And it's going to go on pretty much everything that's like ornamental or that's supposed to be, I don't know, like, yeah, ornamental, I guess. But anyways, the robes too, I'm doing it in this color because it had like this yellowish brown leather look to it. So I figured toss the Aggaros Dunes on there and it'll do a good job. Get into all the nooks and crannies and all that stuff. And again, if you're speed painting your way through these mobs, contrast paint and speed paints is the best way. Gryph-Charger gray. Now we're gonna be doing those rocks. I didn't want to do like a gray or a black or whatever. I want a little bit of color on those rocks, make them a little bit more mythical. Do a little bit of cold flesh. This is an army painter D&D unique paint, just on some of those like gems she has. If you want them to pop more, you could always put some varnish on it. Now we're going to be doing all these, like, I don't know if it's scars or tattoos or what it is, but it's like raised flesh, and it's the Dracolic Scales. It's another unique paint from the army painter, from the D&D range, and it's like a light blue, but it's covering over all that, like the raised skin here. It's kind of weird, and this is a really long part to do on these miniatures, but if you get it done, it's amazing. I find it looks so nice to finish off these miniatures with that. I mean, yeah, you saw the Apothecary white. It actually like highlighted them, but it was more white, and then underneath was the gray. So doing this blue on here, and I'm also doing this part on the blue on that headdress, sorry. There was this beautiful blue up there too, so I decided to do just this little part here. Alright, we're moving on now to the Auric Armour Gold. We're just doing some highlights. This is a layer paint, of course, so that's why you're highlighting. Putting it on top of that Aggaros Dunes does a great job, by the way, when you have gold paint. I just find that Aggaros Dunes is a great base for gold, so I'm just doing some of the trims here, some of the little jewelry here and there, just to make these look really pretty here. There you go. And then we're actually doing Nuln oil on the entire miniature now. It's just going to make it pop even more. It does darken down those wings a little bit. You could come back with a dry brush and clean that off if you want to, like, you know, make it pop a little bit more. But I ended up liking the darkness that it gave in the end, and it's not just the Wraith bone popping out, you know. So there you have it, folks. The Harpies from Massive Darkness 2 are all painted. Now there are 6 minions. I'm only showing 4. There wasn't much room on there. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.